So yeah, the first boss fight in Umbrella Chronicles, which revisits Resident Evil 0, Resident Evil 2, and Resident Evil 3, is the iconic Stinger boss fight from Resident Evil 0 that happens on the Lost Train in the middle of the woods level on the second level, because this is the most fancy train that Umbrella Corporation could have built for its top tier leaders. That is a perk that more companies should actually have. That would be awesome. But the not awesome thing is Stinger himself, which I don't think putting him in an on-rail shooter did much for anybody, fan or otherwise, who actually played this game. It's as straight up, simple, and easy as the original Stinger boss fight, even more so now that we have to do it from first person, and we actually have a decent camera perspective to fight Stinger with. The weak spot is exactly the same, the boss fight is exactly the same attacks. You can shoot the body parts, the tail and the claws to avoid damage, I'm pretty sure. You get a first aid spray pretty quickly in this level, so you don't really have to worry about dying, which I might have done to Stinger because sometimes you just miss the shots. There's not much you can do about it. And unfortunately, unlike the original Stinger boss fight from Resident Evil 0 that had all the pomp and circumstance, Stinger here just really doesn't have that. I think that there's a real thing to say for Resident Evil 0 that had you do the boss fight, and then you just kept going on with the level like it wasn't any big thing. Like, it was a thing you had to do. Let's go, you know, fix the train, solve the mystery, and do other stuff. Whereas in Umbrella Chronicles, you do the cut down version of the Stinger boss fight, it's over in a couple minutes, you didn't really get much out of it, and then you just hit the level end button, and the whole thing just ends right there. And then we have to go into part 2 to get the story to continue. It just robs a lot of the fear and the potential that this set piece had. It takes away a lot of the situation and all of that set piece magic that Stinger had. I mean, he was a giant scorpion who somehow managed to find you on the top of a mountain. Like, this was something that was really cool, and mostly because it was actually difficult to do in the original game. Here, it feels more like an obligatory boss fight. There's nothing added with the whole on-rails shooter segment. The boss fight just does not have that charm, that wit, or that anything that the original had. It's unfortunately going to be the stock and trade answer to most of Umbrella Chronicles. Like, yeah, it was there, it's at least decently modeled, but other than that, there's nothing really here.